Hello everybody. So before we start off this video, I just wanted to give a quick update about my mental health. So I'm now seeing a therapist for my depression, and I think I got to know the guy. Um, I went for a session yesterday, my first session, so I got to know him a bit, and he said some things that really related to me. Um, he told me his personal experience with his depression, and I feel, that really made me feel like there was a connection, and I'm glad that there was, because there is, psychiatrists, counselors out there that are hard to relate to, or you find are difficult to talk to, maybe because you just don't feel that vibe or connection. And I've been there before. I've talked to other people before, and I felt like they were just kind of giving resources, running off resources, and that weren't really helping me. So if you guys, if any of you guys feel like you'd want to talk to somebody about your problems, then you really should. Um, I think that talking to a counselor or some type of therapist, psychiatrist can really help. Like, I think that being able to talk to somebody um, that can relate to you and that can connect with you, I feel like that's very special, because I feel like everybody deserves to be heard in their own ways, and that you know having that somebody to connect with you and you know hear you out, you know essentially let you be heard, is a great way to help you cope through your problems. So keep going with your problem, or sorry, keep going fighting through whatever challenges you're going through. Like, you got this, guys. Like I believe in you guys. But anyways, i just wanted to touch base on that. So I wanted to let you guys know what he shared with me. Some, you know, some words of wisdom, essentially, and some things that really connect with me, really stay with me. So, and these aren't exactly, this isn't exactly what he said, but this is kind of like a sum up of what he said. So he said, you have to be able to tell yourself that you can push through despite being in that negative state of mind. He also said, being able to find that strength in you to fight those monsters in your head really shows how much strength there really is. And last, he said, it's like this black ink that covers up the positive parts of things. So, I think that these three things really touch me, and that I think that, I could really relate to these things, especially the one talking about being able to find that strength in you to fight those monsters in your head really shows how much strength there really is. I think that really, that really, like, that really connected with me, because I've, like, personally, like, on those days where it's worse than usual, my thoughts, my overthinking, my anxiousness, anxiety, and then, like, obviously the sadness kicks in. Like, when that happens on the worst days, um, you know, at the end of it, you have to eventually find that strength to really push yourself out of it, because you don't want to be stuck in there, but at the same time, it's like you're stuck in your own mind. So I think that really resonated with me a lot. So, but I just want to talk about, like, being able, what I picked up from that session. It really made me think about what I could talk about for another video, and it really made me thought about being able to allow yourself to accept that your problems are there, and that you're not defined by those negative things in your life. I think that you're defined by how you are able to manage and sum up the courage to work through your problems. Being able to um work on being more courageous, not allowing yourself to just be stuck in the same boat. Like you can't you can't, essentially if your ship is sinking, if your boat is sinking, um and somebody's out there to help you, you have to jump the ship to get that help. So you have to jump that ship. If your ship is sinking, you gotta, you know, make the effort to get that help. You're right, because at the end of the day, it's up to you. We grow from the fact that there is something out there in the universe that keeps us going. Despite our differences that hold ourselves back from being who we really want to be, or doing certain tasks or objectives to be done in a certain specific manner, you know, there's something out there in the universe that tells us to keep progressing as individuals. Um, I think that focusing on your internal expression rather than your external um, is what really matters. Because like external expression is only what the people see, but like internal is where the quality of your overall expression is funded. Um, I think that what's in the inside, what you have internally, really matters the most. It's really the foundation of who you are. It withholds the compatibility that you hold with the environment. So, sorry. Like having said that, like being able to be compatible with the environment means to be able to, you know, being able to react with the environment. Something happens, um, you know, something happens, like it's all about how you react. Certain situations are just randomly presented to you, and most of the time we don't know how to react. So in the moment, we have to think about how, like, we just think on the spot how we can react to those situations. Um, so, talking about the internal expression, I hope that everybody's reminded that they're rich, that they're truly rich, but rich meaning that we have tons of virtues, skills, knowledge, and abilities. Um, but also know that we're not limited to a certain number of those things. You know, but like knowledge, ability, skills, but also opportunities and the opportunities that are presented to us, every single day. We're not limited to a certain number of those. Like we can create as many as we want because we are able to learn um, from ourselves every single day, and that we could experience anything. You know, we could learn from. Sorry. Um, we can learn from ourselves every single day, and anything that we experience in our everyday lives. We can learn from that. We can learn from those things. It's all about how we put those to use and be the person we want to be and who we're meant to be, essentially. Um, we could have our expectations on ourselves, but at the end of the day, we have to let ourselves just be, and that falls into who we're meant to be. So, you know, keep in mind, like, think about the things that you are really specific to, that you're subjected to, but also remember that you're also capable of learning and achieving any opportunities, withholding any knowledge, any skills, any power, any discipline. You can do it all, really. Um, allow yourself to unlock your own universe, essentially. I mean, I believe we all live in our own universe in a sense. And, I keep saying the word universe. And if you guys don't know what I mean by universe, for me at least, the universe means uh, it's basically, it kind of relates to the perspective of our lives, but it also talks about how whatever energy we put out to the environment, whatever energy we give off, it really falls back onto us. If you're constantly putting out negative energy, you're gonna feel negative. Like, um, when I get at my lowest personally, I get headaches just from feeling down, from being mad, building up all the anger and stress. Like, I feel like I get like headaches, and that's not very good physically and mentally, right? So, you know, I think that, being able to um allow us react sorry being able to allow ourselves to react to things when placed in certain situations, whether it's negative or positive, I believe that really builds us, that really allows us to be open to any situation that's presented, any challenge, any trial, any tribulation. We can really fight through it, because if we're strong enough to react in a way that could get us through that situation, then we're practically unstoppable. We're able to achieve whatever we're trying to get out of that situation, or trying to get past. I think that it's all about the reaction in which we take things, you know but yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the universe of things. So always remember, you know, if you're a spiritual person like I am, it's different for everybody. But I believe that um, the universe is what we, really rely on, in a sense, because in our everyday lives we do things um, that take up our energy, obviously. So what we do with our energy, how we decide to use our energy, really dictates what the universe holds for us, right? So, you know, um that also means, like, for if you're wishing, if you're praying, especially for praying, if you're praying for something, if you're praying for somebody, if you're praying um for something to happen, um that could that could that could help you, like, praying could help you, reach that goal, whatever that goal, that certain something, that someone, if you're praying for somebody to get better, say they're sick, I think that it will happen over time, but it's not gonna happen like right away. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pray for my family to be wealthy and rich. Okay, so I think, or like yourself, like praying for yourself to get rich. I think that the universe will provide the hints, and the it'll provide the hints and tips in certain different ways. Um, but I don't think that, like, praying, like, is gonna automatically give you, that $500,000 right in your lap. Like, that's not gonna happen. But, like, um, you know, I think the universe provides the tips for us to, reach that level, to reach that um certain um sorry, I'm thinking a lot, thinking too much, but I think that the universe, like, really provides us the tips to be able to reach that certain, like, yeah, level. I think that we can all use those tips and opportunities that the universe provides for us, um to work towards that, that position or that opportunity or that um reward or that gift or whatever you're working for, you know. Um I think that nothing's ever gonna be handed to us, obviously. Um that's where you gotta work for those things. You gotta be able to tell yourself that, you know, life is not just everything's, sunshine and rainbows, but life is about working for what you need and going through the storms to get to where you want to be and what you want to hold, what you want to be able to say, I have this in my hands. So, with that, I wrote a little mini poem instead of a quote. So, I wanted to talk about this poem that I wrote. We get lost in an abundance of pain. Sometimes that takes us away from what's to gain. Throughout our journey, we will endure the rain. During, we learn what we can do, what we can't do, but that shall not bring any shame. I think that what that means to me is that despite the pain, despite the suffering that we go through, whatever it is, any way you experience it, I think that that's kind of just kind of normal in a sense. But sometimes it doesn't become normal when it's taking you away from what you're trying to, obtain. I think that we endure all these battles, all these trials and tribulations, but we can learn through the process of those. We can learn who we are throughout those things. But learning what we can't do, what we can, that shouldn't bring shame. Like, it's all about building our way up to what we can't do, to turning it into something that we can do, right? Like for me, like lifting a certain weight in the gym, you know, I'm trying to, level up to a new weight for dumbbells or something, like as an example. Um, but it's all about being in the gym consistently and getting stronger over time, which will provide me that, goal to reach, to be able to lift that certain weight, to be able to, you know, to be able to withhold any power, right? So just that's how you should take things. Not have any shame towards the process, but to embrace it in a way that helps you in the universe, in your universe. But that's the end of this video, guys. Thank you if you stuck around to the end. Keep going. Always know that there's people around you that love you. I love you. And, I support you. Even though I don't know you, I'm supporting you throughout your journey and that you're capable of achieving anything. I love you guys. Keep going. Aim for the skies. Love you guys again. Bye.